Now let's discuss more about the sustainable sales growth rate of a company. We have seen earlier the three variables or factors that determine sustainable sales growth rate. We shall assume that the market condition remains constant, so that we have only two variables: efficiency, operational capability and efficiency, and financial resources. Growth in sales, profit, cash flow, and ultimately value requires a company to make investments in assets to support the expected sales growth. Now, investments in assets require funding, and funding comes from internal sources of the company, that is the retained earnings and trade payables, or external funding. Sustainable sales growth rate assumes that the company utilizes only internal sources available. The funding used by the company may come from its internal resources or from the financial market, external sources in the form of debt or equity. Sustainable sales growth rate varies depending on the source of the funding used to support this growth. Now, we have to understand the definition of sustainable sales growth rate. It's actually the maximum annual percentage increase in sales of a company can achieve without using additional external funding. Sustainable sales growth rate is the maximum annual percentage increase in sales a company could achieve without using additional external funds. It is the growth rate that is entirely funded with internal profits and operating liabilities. The second factor that determines the sustainable sales growth rate of the company is the operating efficiency. Now, the ratio of operating assets to sales, which indicates the required capital investment in operating assets for each additional $1 of sales, is called operating assets to sales and reflects the operational efficiency of the company. That ratio, operating assets to sales, is the inverse or the reciprocal of the well-known ratio of operating assets turnover. The inverse of that ratio reflects the company's operating efficiency and capability.